Hello students, this video deals with the nomenclature of alkanes. There are 8 rules for naming of alkanes which are discussed in this video. So let's start. Rule number 1 says you do not talk about the Fight Club. Rule number 2 says you do not talk about the Fight Club. Sorry, just kidding. Let's start with the real rules. Rule number 1 says you have to locate the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms, and this chain determines the parent name for the alkane. So you have to locate the longest continuous chain. Like for example, in this case, the longest continuous chain is consisting of 6 carbons. So the parent name is hexane. Students, the longest continuous chain may not always be obvious from the way the formula is written. Notice, for example, here the longest continuous chain is heptane. It consists of 7 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're not going to start counting from this carbon because if you're going to start it from here, it will end up in 6 carbons, which is not correct. So you have to be very careful and you have to choose wisely which one is the longest continuous chain. Rule number 2 says number the longest continuous chain beginning from the end of the chain nearer the substituent. For example, like here, this is the substituent. So you're going to start counting from this carbon because this carbon is nearer to the substituent. Similarly, this is the substituent. So you're going to start counting from this end of the chain, not from here because this is far away from the substituent. So you have to start counting from the carbon which is nearer to the substituent. Students, rule number 3 says use the numbers obtained by the application of the rule 2 to designate the location of the substituent group. You have to designate the location of the substituent group. The parent name is placed last and the substituent group preceded by the number designating its location on the chain is placed first. Numbers, they are separated by the words by a hyphen. This is hyphen, so numbers, they are separated from the words by hyphen. The systematic names of these two compounds is 3-methylheptane and 2-methylhexane. In this case, the longest continuous chain is 7 carbons, so this is heptane, and on the third carbon, methyl group is located, so this is 3-methylheptane. But in this case, methyl group is located on the second carbon, and the longest chain consists of 6 carbons, so this is 2-methylhexane. I hope this is clear up till now. Students, rule number 4 says when 2 or more substituents are present, give each substituent a number corresponding to its location on the longest chain. For example, in this case, this compound is 4-ethyl-2-methylhexane because on the fourth carbon, ethyl group is located and on the second carbon, methyl group is located. So, this is 4-ethyl-2-methylhexane. Students, the substituent group should be listed alphabetically. That is ethyl before methyl because E comes before M. So ethyl before methyl. But in deciding on alphabetical order, ignore multiplying prefixes such as di and tri. Students, rule number 5 says when 2 substituents they are present on the same carbon, use that number twice. For example, in this case, 2 substituents are present on the carbon number 3rd. So, one is ethyl and the other is methyl. So, this is 3-ethyl, 3-methylhexane. So, 3 is used twice. 3-ethyl, 3-methylhexane. And ethyl before methyl because E before M. Now, students, rule number 6 says when 2 or more substituents, they are identical, indicate this by the use of di, tri, tetra and so on. Di means 2, tri means 3 and tetra means 4 and so on and so forth. Like in this case, there are 2 identical groups, methyl. One is on the second carbon, other is on the third carbon. So this is 2,3-dimethylbutane because the longest chain consists of 4 carbons. So this is dimethylbutane and 2 and 3 are the locations. Students, commas are used to separate numbers from each other. Commas, they are used. And hyphen is used to separate numbers from the words. So 2, 3 hyphen dimethylbutane. Similarly here, there are 4 identical groups, 2 on the second carbon and 2 on the third carbon. So this is 2, 2, 3, 3 tetramethylbutane. Why? Because there are 4 methyl groups, tetramethylbutane. Similarly here, there are 3 identical groups, 3 methyl groups you see. One is on the second carbon, one is on the third carbon and one is on the fourth carbon. So this is 2, 3, 4 hyphen trimethylpentane. Tri, 3 identical groups, methyl groups, and pentane, 5 carbons. The longest chain consists of 5 carbons. So the parent name is pentane. 2, 3, 4 trimethylpentane. Students' application of the previous 6 rules allows us to name most of the alkanes that we shall encounter. There are two other rules, however, that may be required occasionally. Rule number 7 says when two chains of equal length, they compete for selection, choose the chain with greater number of substituents. For example, like here you see, now this is the chain consisting of 7 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But there is a hidden chain, there is another hidden chain. You can see here, this also ends up in 7 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this chain, it has maximum number of substituents. So this chain is selected. And you can say that on the second group, methyl group is located. On the third group, methyl group is located. On the fifth group, methyl group is located. So 2, 3, 5 hyphen trimethyl. But on the fourth group, propyl group is located. On the fourth carbon, sorry. On the fourth carbon, propyl group and normal propyl group is located. And propyl, that is consisting of 3 carbons. And the longest chain consists of 7 carbons. So this is heptane. So the name is 2, 3, 5 hyphen trimethyl hyphen 4 hyphen N hyphen propyl heptane. So this is the name of the alkane. I'm sure it is clear up till now. So this is the name of this compound. So you have to choose the chain with the maximum number of substituents. You have to choose this chain. Now rule number 8 says when branching first occurs at an equal distance from either side, choose the name that gives the lower number at the first point of difference. This point or this rule is clarified in the next example, like here. The name of this compound is 2,3,5-trimethylhexane. The longest chain consists of 6 carbons and there are 3 methyl groups. One is on the second carbon, one is on the third carbon and one is on the fifth carbon. So this is 2,3,5-trimethylhexane. It is not written as 2,4,5-trimethylhexane. You're not going to start counting from here. You're going to start counting from here. So this is 2,3,5-trimethylhexane, not 2,4,5-trimethylhexane. So you have to be very careful. You have to choose the name that gives the lower number at the first point of difference. Lower number at the first point of difference. I hope this video is helpful. If you like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Wish you all the best.